Well, about 35 years ago, I came on a trip to Santa Fe and I fell in love with it. We drove in from Chicago, and when we hit Hyde Park and there were cows in the forest, I thought I was inside a folk art painting. And I said, this is incredible. And then we went on further, and it just began more and more to be like a fantasy land. It was, when they call it enchanted, they know what they're saying to me. So that was the first hit. I didn't know artists lived here. I didn't know anything about it in the sense that I know today. And the terrain had something so special about it because the mountains were human size. It's the colors of the land that, to me, and as you all know, I'm a colorist, and they make me feel good, the colors of our landscape. I love to paint, and I love to garden, and I love birds. And they all have a big influence on me. And then the other big love is my family. And I have quite a large family. So they take all the time in the world, and I'm very happy about that. And I'm one of those fortunate people. I have daughters here, grandsons, and the rest of them are all over the world. And so I travel, and I love museums, I love dance, I love concerts, I love opera, and you couldn't pick a better city than Santa Fe unless you want to go to San Francisco, Milan, or any of the other places. But to have that all in my backyard, when I go away, if I were painting, if I go, I usually go with someone in the family. And I wouldn't be with them because when I'm painting, I am just absorbed by what I'm doing, you know. When I used to paint outside, I always had 2 dogs with me because a rattlesnake could walk up to me or crawl up to me and I would have no idea because I just get lost. I mean, I'm in a paradise someplace. I would sometimes sketch on a plane after I left someplace, just getting quick memories down. And I also, at one time, when I first got here, 25 years ago, I'd go out and I'd photograph, and I'd do them in black and white because I only wanted what my memory was. And then I'd look at them trying to capture my feelings about what that land had looked like. But it didn't work as the jogger I wanted. It was better for me to just think about where I had been and to interpret what I felt then, because there was something about looking at a picture that made that too much of the memory. And since I'm not doing reality, I'm doing expressions of the land and the flowers and the sky. Not that I think I'm doing it better than it actually is. I'm doing, you know, because no one improves on that. I'm just doing it different in what I want to say about it. And the whole thing is to let the water and the paint give all the impressions of the sky and the land. You know, people ask me about the colors I use because they say, do you really see those? And sometimes I might see a smidgen of that color when the sun is doing something or the shadows are doing something. And then I just want to embellish it so you can know that it can be there.
I really liked Phyllis's idea of just kind of painting somewhere that might be make-believe. It might be real, it might not be real. It might have like some places that are kind of real, but I don't know. I really liked that whole concept of it, just because like the sunsets here are amazing, so just trying to paint from memory is fun.
You are making the cutest clouds.
Yeah, I just wanted to, I did that, and
yeah.
I want to do a different color for it. I really, really like this gold, and I really
oh, wow. Well, you're going to have to, what I would recommend you do is get it going, you know?
And I was, because I really like the way you did the sun on that, the way you put it like a little bit in here, and then on the mountains to show the way it was coming through, so I think I might do that. I'm just not sure yet.
Yeah, well, you have to take your time.
Yeah.
Because, you know, a painting, you want the painting so it says something for you. Yeah. Preparation is vital, and it takes as much time. Sometimes it takes more time than the painting, just getting everything ready. Yeah.
Before, when I used to use watercolors, I used to not use a lot of water and usually use like a drier brush, but like using water, I mean, it's really fun to see like the way the paints move by themselves.
If you like this one better, we'll use this one, okay? Because this is about you guys. Oh, and you're going to work from that photo? Well, good luck. It's an intense photo. And you've got this photo, beautiful, because you're interpreting it your own colors, and that's really hard.
Yeah.
It's really hard for me, when I see a colored photo, I just have to subtract the colors from my brain so that I do it myself. But it'll be beautiful. And that's your sketch, the action. So I catch it where I want it.
Okay.
And the other thing is like doing what you're doing, taking the paper towel to get it all. Remember the other day I said that it's real important it's like when you look at a beautiful weaving or a tapestry, how the colors go from one place to another place, that you just can't, in my mind, you can't just put a color here and never repeat it someplace else. I just, you know, it was this great teacher that I had who had been a student of Paul Klee and Wassel Kandinsky, and he taught them that, and I was lucky to have him tell me that, and now I feel very fortunate that I can say it to you. And if it works for you, do it. But if you're not comfortable, don't do it. You know, the whole thing, this is your work. You're watching me, but you're the artist of tomorrow. And I am so happy that I can be here to be with you. And I look really forward to the day when I see your work in people's homes, besides your mom and dad. You know? And I was looking yesterday when I was out and looking at what happens when the sun is shining on the chamisa, because that's a real important thing as artists, is looking, seeing things, being aware of what's around you. So as loose as I paint, I'm still very aware of what nature is doing there. That was darker than that, so maybe it's Hooker's green. I could leave it go like this right now, but I'm not. But I do want to put some more plants in here. So don't anyone stop me. You know this plant that's here, it's our infamous cactus. I never see it in anyone else's country. You know how many colors I've got here? I don't know, there's about 20 something in each tray. So I'm working with 150 colors that are out of the tube, but I'm still mixing them so that they come into hundreds of thousands of colors, you know? Some people, when they see how many colors of yellow I have, or red, or blue, they say, oh, you just go straight from the tube. But it's not the case at all. I am, as you see, I add, I blend, I mix them. And I like that, because it's like magic when you do something. To me, the whole painting process is magic. So, how do you take a piece of paper and some colors, and then all of a sudden there's painting? One, two, three, art. Beauty, love,